Hi, I'm Pamela. Welcome to my blog today. I'm just going to be putting together a small Photoshop collage to give you an idea of how I teach my classes. So we're going to start with this background. This is a texture that I made with a little bit of green, a little bit of pink, and I'm going to check the size. Size is 5 inches by 7 inches by 300 dots per inch, which means that's its exact print size, which is exactly what I want. Okay. Now we're going to go over here and I'm going to leave it named as background, and I've added a layer called brush. So I'm going to go to my brush panel and my brush tool, and I'm going to open this starburst brush. Down here I've given a little bit of a tannish color, so go to my image and I'll add the brush. And now I want to change the blend mode so it blends in a little bit better. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change it to let me try multiply. Nope, that's a little bright. I'm going to change it to overlay. There we go. I like that. Next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of text, get a little bit more background interest. So I have this little piece of text. I'm going to drag it on, sort of center it on my collage. I'm going to make this one smaller, and over here I'm going to name it text. Alright, the next thing I want to add is I have a frame, and let me pull this one up a little bit so it's right in the center. I've got a frame and we're going to open that, and I'm going to drag and drop the frame over and center it. Make this smaller. Now I want the frame to be on top of the text, so over here I'm going to name it frame, and then grabbing it here I'm going to drag it on top of the text so that the text is behind the frame. I also want the text to be a little bit lighter. It's a little bit intense for what I want, so I'm going to, with the text layer highlighted, change the blend mode once again, and this time I think we'll do overlay again. Yeah, I like that. It's there, but it's not intrusive into the image. Okay, so I'm going to open, I have a girl here, I'm going to open her. I'm going to drag and drop her onto the collage and sort of center her. Might make her just a tad bigger by using my transform tool. So I'll go up here, go to edit and transform. Puts a little box around her, and I'm going to make her a little bit bigger. Not too much, but just a little bit. Hit my return key to set the transformation, and over here I'm going to name her girl. Now with the girl layer selected, I'm going to use a key command, which is Command or Control J, depending on whether you're on a Mac or a PC, and it will duplicate her in the Layers panel. I'm going to close the eyeball next to the copy, and I'm going to drag the girl with the eyeball open above the frame. I want her above the frame. Move her down a little bit. Then I'm going to take my eraser tool, and I'm going to remove a little bit of her skirt so it looks more like she's sitting right in the frame rather than on top of it. To be careful because I don't want to erase her hands. We're going to use those hands in just a minute. But just very carefully take a little bit out. Make it a little smaller. There we go. That looks good. I'm going to go back to my move tool. Now, with this girl layer still highlighted, I'm going to go over and get my magnetic lasso, and I'm going to go all the way around her hand. A little bit more on her thumb there. And when I get to the end, I'm going to hit my return key to set the selection, and then I'm going to use again Command or Control J, and it will duplicate her arm in the layers panel. So I'm going to name this right arm. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to drag a selection around this right up to about there. Hit my return key, and once again make sure I'm on the girl layer and hit Command or Control J, and now I have her left arm. Okay, and go back to my move tool. Now I have her arms duplicated, so I'll be able to move those around if I wish. See how I can move it anywhere I want? You'll see how that's going to come in useful in just 1 second. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open the cake. I'm going to drag and drop the cake on. Okay, and I'm going to make this smaller. I'm going to name this cake. And once again, I'm going to use my transform tool. I'm going to make the cake a little bit bigger. Hit the return key to set the transformation. Now see how this arm is now on top, but the other one is underneath? So what I will do is I will go over and get the left arm here, and I'll drag it above the cake, and there it is. It looks like she's holding the cake. Now I'm going to go get the word patisserie. I'm going to drag this over. I'm going to put it right at the top of this image. Make that one smaller, and I'm pretty happy with it. There's only one thing I'm going to do is on the frame, I'm going to double click this, go to my drop shadow box. I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow behind her so it looks like there's a little bit more depth in that frame. Click OK, and there you go. You have a lovely little image that you could send as a birthday card or just a greeting to someone, or just make a poster for your wall. Anyway, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you'll come and take some classes from me. I'll be teaching these Photoshop classes, and I would love to see you there. Thanks so much. Bye.